What's up, guys? My name is Your Heroes, and welcome to Men of War 2. Yes, that is right. This is not Men of War Squad 2. This is not Call to Arms. This is not Gates of Hell. This is Men of War 2. Now, you must be thinking, what the hell is Men of War 2? Or you've never been to my channel before and you're new to this game. What the hell is Men of War 2? Well, this is basically a continued franchise series from Men of War Squad 2, and it's made by the same company, I think, by Men of War Squad 2. But unfortunately, Men of War Squad 2 was an absolute brilliant game, but they discontinued the game for who knows reasons why, because the game was absolutely amazing and it should have never ended. Then a couple of years later, they brought out Call to Arms and then Gates of Hell, and now this, Call to Men of War 2. Now, this is the last release for the beta, so if you do want to get your hands on it now, before it ends, then you can play it just now, even though the actual period of the game, ended. But the developers actually have allowed another 24 hours for players to play it to get more research done on this game. So make sure if you haven't played it, get it for yourself and play it, because I have mixed opinions about this game. And I have released a video about this game before because of how mixed. When it first released for the playtest, it was garbage. I have to admit, it was a complete just base copy game of Gates of Hell, and I felt like they were copying. But as time has gone by, I felt like they have improved this so much, and what I've actually missed is the amount of stuff that they've added from the first phase when they did the playtest to now the latest and last one of the beta phase, because this game is actually releasing, as of recording today, it will be released in 4 days, the 20th of September. So look your eyes on it, because I actually will be probably getting it as well, and letting you know about playing different game modes and all that. So you must be worth thinking, why should I play this over Gates of Hell? Good question. I'm glad you asked, even though you didn't. Is that it's different, and from reading it, I've actually kind of thought about it more, and this game has gotten better and is actually largely different from Gates of Hell in so many good ways. First of all, just the overall, just the UI of it and the way it's laid out is much bigger. Like, I feel like Gates of Hell, like the style of it is very much like condensed. The writing's quite small, everything's quite small, but this is very big. It's very, very much in your face, which I kind of like. So it's very easy to maneuver to different pages and all that. Now, you have campaign and multiplayer. In the campaign and multiplayer, you have 4 different game modes you can play. You can play player versus player, which is of course the natural player versus player. You've got player versus AI, which I think is brilliant. Even though you can still do that in Gates of Hell, it's actually a completely different game mode in itself, which, if that makes sense, and I know Gates of Hell have that as well, but for this Men of War 2, it's a completely different section, although you aren't allowed to play it yet. In a minute, I will tell you, you can actually. You've got Classic Mode and you've got Combined Arms Mode. Now, these Combined Arms Mode, Classic Mode and Player vs Player have all been out since the first beta. But what I do want to show you is actually the new thing that released, which is if you actually go into your player versus player, and they have, by the way, they have 3 nations so far in this game. They have the USSR, Germany and USA, which, considering that Gates of Hell don't even have that yet, they brought out Finland before USA, but I guess kind of Gates of Hell wanted to be unique and not bring out, the big nations first, considering how boring it is, so they wanted to kind of be unique, which I like. But I'm glad they have the USA, and you might be thinking, what the hell is all this in front of you? Well, this tells you about so you have different battalions in this option right here. You only have 3 to start off with, but you need to unlock more battalions as you play the game more in PvP and campaign, whatever it is. So you will unlock more, such as the Russians, the Germans, whatever battalion it is. But you start off with 1st Artillery Regiment, which is, I believe, is the USSR. You get the 1st Infantry Battalion, which I believe is also the USSR. And then you get, this is all USSR, sorry, but and then you click Germany, so you have 3 German, so I should have said you have 3 battalions of the USSR, Germany and USA. But what I really do like about this is that with the battalion actually tells you a lot of information about this. As you can see on your right hand side, you got you got your information about it. It tells you the available subtypes here, like tells you the sniper versus support unit. It tells you a lot about what it can go up against. It's got its tactical information, it's got advantages, it's got its disadvantages, it's got its logistics modifiers. You know, it tells you that the 25% minus to anti-tank gun, I presume that's the loading gun, and it tells you a lot of, you know, battle rank modifier. It tells you a lot of information that Gatesville doesn't even tell you this information about different types of battalion. And the fact that this has got way more battalions than I think Gatesville has more battalions, but this gives you in so much more detail in Gatesville, which allows you to strategically pick which battalion you want to be, whether it's Germany, USSR, or USA. So this is what I really like about it. And also, it tells you on the left hand side here about the rules of the game. So you've kind of got the launch parameters, which is the battle size, the player's controls, you've got the command post in eco lines. You've got team player, but if you actually go down to the bottom, I'll tell you about the information about the game. Now, a lot of you know already what player versus player is, but what some of you might not know is what is classic mode, what is combined arms mode. Classic mode is, it's basically just capture the flag. That's how the basic might be. Capture flag is similar to PvP and PvA, AI or whatever it is. So you capture the flag twice in the course of the battle. Each team gets orders from HQ to attack an important area of the map. Capturing it will earn the team 100 points victory, and the team that gets 200 points win. And these are the game mode rules, so it gives you the rules as well. And then for combined arms, it's a wee bit different. So combined arms is that you have to capture the flag. Oh, so it's kind of the same. So that's the special map objective. Sorry, the game mode rules is that victory points are awarded for territory advantage, enemy elimination, and flag captures. De facto control points are the only type of victory points that can be added as well as subtracted depending on the amount of territory you control. Territory can be captured by most infantry units as well as by certain kinds of field guns and armoured vehicles. Each team has an AI controlled defence force positioned along the front line. So I would say it's kind of like Conquest, where it's kind of like attacking, you're defending a wee bit. It is different from Conquest, but in the region, on the way that type of gameplay is, it's similar. And what I also really do love about this game is that you can actually edit your squad. So as you see, this is your barracks, and you've got Echelon 1, or if that, I don't know, Echelon 1, Echelon 3, or sorry, Echelon 2, Echelon 3, and then it goes so on and so on. So you can actually add whatever you want. So you have 890. So in the first echelon, it's echelon, or is it echelon? I'm badly pronouncing it, but you have, it says the amount of points you get for each echelon. So for the first one you have 1,000, the second one you have 1,500, and the third one you have 2,000. And the reason it's higher, the reason that's more points for the further you go down is because the more expensive the units are. So as you can see, the game starts me off with riflemen's, SMG infantry squads, light infantry squad, and a Jaeger unit. But let's say I want to add like a tank. So I'll add a tank. I was meant to. Sorry, what I was meant to say is that I was wrong there, my mistake, is that what this does is it allows you to see what type of units you get within that echelon. So with this unit here, this is the SMG infantry group, which allows you to get the rifleman recruits, SMG infantry, light infantry, and a Jaeger. But let's say you maybe want like the soldiers with Panzer B39s. So now it tells you what type of units you get with that, and same as tanks as well. So as you can see with the Panzer II Off F, you get different types of vehicles with, you know, with certain officers. Or let's say you want a particular type of AT gun, you can see you get different choices of AT guns here within that group, if that makes sense. But or if you want to even go higher, let's say you want a type of Tiger, or a type of vehicle, you know, well, the Tiger's the only one here, but you can see you get multiple options for this. I think the only thing I maybe don't like about this is that the fact that these are like, you can see that this is a different color from like the regular ones, which is telling me it's like something to do that you have to possibly like not pay for it, but you have to earn it through supplies, which is actually okay because it's not paid. So actually it's not like a payable content thing. All you need to do is just collect resources. So I don't know why that's kind of a thing, considering you're already you're already having like you already have an off Panzer B2, a French knockoff, which is absolutely OP. Why would you want a Marder 3 when you can get a really strong OP heavy tank? I don't quite get that in my head. But this is the type of thing you have to do to get these type of vehicles. You have to earn kind of these box resources to unlock vehicles and all that. So that is the type of, so that is what I like and dislike about kind of this section here. And the way to add it, by the way, is by seeing this plus and minus arrow. As you can see, I can add it, but of course this is the beta, so everything's kind of unlocked and already available with me. So, or if you want to maybe not add as much, just take away some, and I'll leave you with that'll actually still go down. So it really depends on you really do have to be careful on how you kind of want to manage this, which does take a wee bit longer. Again, something that's also I don't like is how long you need to spend actually sorting out which ones you want to take, and it just wastes time, to be honest. Whereas Gatesville, you just choose a battalion and you just get into battle. But I do like the option for people who like to spend hours doing this, then go right ahead. But for me, I just want to sometimes just pick the battalion and just go right straight into a battle, because it just takes up too much time just trying to decipher and trying to decide which one's best for me. Let's go on to the next thing, which is about the campaign. So they've added, well, this was actually the start of the beta, so they've actually nothing's changed about this. And the campaign is only got three missions, but when the game is released, it'll be added more. But I think what this game is really about is about the multiplayer, is about the player versus player experience, the player versus AI. And you know, that's something that's quite unique about this game, is that all the other, you know, Call to Arms, all the franchise of Call to Arms, Gates of Hell, Men of Warsaw Squad 2, they've all kind of been more about campaign focused, whereas this game is a wee bit more multiplayer focused, which I like, because we haven't really seen a game, you know, an RTS game. Well, we have seen RTS games like this, but we haven't seen it within this franchise. So I really do like the different kind of approach they've taken to this. And lastly, I do want to say about this is that the objectives, I like how you get to go on objectives here, and you have to try and complete them with different nations, and once you complete them, you do get resources, like I believe it's like 20 resources, or yeah, actually, so some of them actually will unlock a completely, you know, a whole battalion, or some of them might unlock some resources here. So I really do like that, because that makes you want to play the game more, and it allows you to unlock more stuff in the game to give you an advantage. I really do like that. Okay, moving on to the learn section here. Now, as you know, Gates of Hell have a boot training camp, which allows you to learn about the game. It has a whole scenario, you know, built based on how to, you know, throw grenades, how to work a gun, how to go into first person, all these type of things, how to control a tank, how to drive a tank, all these type of things. It tells you actually a lot more, but with being it longer, it kind of meshes with your head a wee bit, because with this being a wee bit longer, it just means you have to spend more time learning about the game, and there's nothing wrong with that, but it just means that you just feel like you have to learn every single thing about the game, so you become like a pro player. I would say I'm a decent player, I would say I'm good, but I don't know everything about Gates of Hell, even though there's probably still lots more things for me to learn. I do like the idea and the basic training. I actually haven't done it, but what you can see is there's actually so much more to offer than in Gatesville. Even though Gatesville is like just one mission that's kind of compact into different side quests and missions, whereas this is actually separate missions, which allows you to focus on one thing instead of Gatesville where you have, you know, you have to, it's just one mission where you can go anywhere you want. And I find that a wee bit confusing, considering you don't really know, once you've kind of done the main story, you kind of go off and do your own side quest training missions, whereas this game that allows you to actually play, allow you to get control of the game, but like do it one by one instead of having it all one big mission, which I don't really like. So I really do like the idea of this, and it's really, really good. Now it tells you the objectives, and also with the objectives on the training, you can actually complete objectives while doing the basic training, and doing this allows you to unlock like those vehicles I was talking about, those kind of coloured those special vehicles. So like a BT7 captured, you can get AT guns, so you can actually get special units here from completing basic training, and I absolutely love that, because with Gatesville you never had that, but this game is built a wee bit different, is that you actually have to unlock units through gameplay, whereas Gatesville you don't. By the way, if I am going too fast, slow the video down a wee bit, but I hope I am explaining myself well enough. And if not, and if you feel like I've missed anything out, then let me know in the comments down below. But I feel, to be honest, this game has improved so much, and I will be definitely getting this and adding it to my wish list. By the way, so it comes out the 20th of September this month, and I actually can't believe I'm saying this, but I'm actually quite excited for this game to come out, and I will be releasing content on my YouTube channel. So big props to the developers for creating this game, and I definitely will be playing it more. And I think one more thing I would like to mention is about the lobby. So with the lobby, this is a whole new thing to this beta, to third to last version of the beta, is that once you're in a lobby, you can create a lobby. And this was talking about how how you can't do your player versus AI yet. Well, this now allows you to do it once you create a lobby. And what you need to do is that you can of course take your slot here. For this case it'd be me, but of course I'm hosting it, so I can take the settings. And what this does is that you can actually choose a type of mode you want to do, whether it's PvP, PvE missions, combined arms, or classic. Now they have a tanks only one, which absolutely sounds amazing because I love tanks, so I definitely will be doing content on that. But it is similar to Gates of Hell, but with Gates of Hell, it's actually very similar to Gates of Hell in the fact that you can choose different game modes. But with this, it feels like you have a lot more options. I'm not saying Gates of Hell doesn't, but you can play PvE on this, which actually just mind-boggling, considering why didn't they just release a section for PvE in this beta, considering I don't know why they have it in multiplayer, but they have it here in multiplayer, but they don't have it in like the main menu, which doesn't really make sense. Anyway, there you go guys, that is it for today. I hope you did enjoy this video. If you did, make sure you leave a like on the video, subscribe if you're new. And by the way guys, I released a short the other day. I think it was yesterday. I just say thank you so much for watching it. Even new people, thank you. It's got 96 views, which is absolutely amazing, and I presume it's going to keep climbing, so I will be uploading more shots in the future. But anyway guys, that's it for today. I hope you did enjoy this video. I actually will be releasing gameplay of this. I'll be doing a recording session before this thing ends, and it will be on the mission, just so you guys get an idea of what to expect before it comes out, and before the game releases. But anyway guys, that is it for today. I hope you did enjoy this video. Thank you so much for watching and our support, and I will see you in the next video. See you later, and goodbye.